anything that happened, good or bad, figure out how to make money from it. So
I was not expecting that.
And the amount of money that's like coming into the government to facilitate like this rebuilding.
It's like billions of US.
It's billions. Like
You need 100 mil by Christmas, by New Year's, sorry.
I'm afraid of it stock. I'm not even gonna lie.
Wow.
The one stock, I will probably always just be an observer.
In 2026, will the Jamaican stock market beat all other stock markets? Which stock should you be watching? Find out more on this episode of the Limitless podcast. So, hi, Limit Breakers. My name is Matthew Preston. Joining us, as always, is your co-host, Thaon Simms. Hail out the people, Thaon.
Hey, guys. What go on?
And today we have a special guest, top striker Shan. For those who don't know, Shanice is a seasoned investor on the JSE and the US markets too. You know,
that's crazy.
Yeah, she specializes.
I know about the season part on that one, but we dabble. We dabble for sure.
Okay, but yeah, I'd say she specializes in understanding the psychology of like, you know, what makes a market actually work. It's not just the business fundamentals and stuff like that. There's always the market side, and I think you're really good at that. And I think we can all learn a lot from her, you know. So yeah, without further ado, Shanice, how was 2025 for you?
2025, interesting year. For the kind of look at the Jamaican market for sure. I think it was an excellent year for somebody who may like just be starting out. Like you're fresh to investing, you just start investing. Like there are so many deals on the market right now, even new things coming. This was definitely a year for you to either rebuild or start building. And I think next year can turn out very good for somebody who did like a nice restructuring this year. I try to do a little with my portfolio as well, both on the Jamaican side, on my US equities as well. But for the Jamaican side, for sure, definitely a time to be restructuring, positioning yourself for things that are about to rebound. And then we had a huge catalyst on the market. I mean, it's unfortunate, but there was a hurricane that did some serious damage, but it also opened up some serious opportunities for people who can like look at a situation and say, all right, how can I make money from this? Things are bad. Half the country is like, you know, devastated and destroyed, but at the end of the day, there are opportunities in everything, and you really have to just keep looking at those opportunities. As an investor, you apply to everything in your life. So anything that happened, good or bad, figure out how to make money from it. So 2025, I think, opened up a lot of opportunities, especially going into next year and ending this year. So it was a good year for me. I know you do my usual, you know, short-term, like big plays like I used to do on the JSE. The market doesn't allow for much of it anymore, but it's still a pretty decent year.
I think your money is just bigger. That's what I'd say.
Unfortunately, big money
Struggles.
problems, money problems, you know? Damn. All this money.
Yeah. Consider
one of the
there was
things you
still
said,
a lot of short-term stuff.
There are. And one of the things you said about opportunities on the market too is even taking it, you took it from the positive spin and how you can look to, you know, capitalize on a lot of opportunities, but even rebalancing your portfolio based on negative things that may come to certain companies that you may own and so on.
Exactly.
That's a lesson I've also learned too, because some companies were hit and some have made disclosures. Some haven't made disclosures. Preston and I were saying that too. All right. But once you have money in the market, how I feel is like you should always be aware of everything around you.
Yeah.
And yes, the hurricane was a very bad thing or so on, but you also have to protect your capital, because your capital is probably tied to yourself, your health, your family, your friends, your kids, this, that. So yeah, it's just another thing that this year has also taught me as well. So yeah. But I agree with you there. This is a great year to be a beginner in and going into 2026. Great year to be new to the market. Great year to be a beginner, right? Speak to your licensed financial advisors, guys, because anything we say on this episode is not stocks advice. This is just for entertainment purposes only. And that's all our videos, but I just have to highlight it here because of the title of the video. So yeah. But yeah, Shanice, good to have you back. Shanice, for those who don't know, is our annual guest for Stocks to Watch.
Yeah,
it's like she cemented her seat on the podcast now. Every January, you'll see her here, Stocks to Watch. Yeah, hopefully. So yeah, good to have you here, Shanice. And she's
always
so festive
here,
for the
guys.
Christmas pleasure.
Yeah, she's bringing all the Christmas cheer.
All the Christmas cheer. I only have the Grinch on my, yeah, on my collar. That's about it.
Oh boy.
Okay.
But yeah. You want to go first, Shanice? Which was one of your stocks that you're watching 2026?
All right. We're jumping into it. All right. One of the stocks I'm watching.
I hope you guys know, by the way, we have no structure for this, by the way.
Oh no,
Let's
there's no structure. Like I was so I was like, yo, do I go into the Melissa stocks that should be, thriving from that? But I'm gonna start off with Kintyre Holdings. Probably a controversial pick.
Kintyre
Holding. Big up Tyrone Wilson every single time. Like, at the end of the day, Tyrone is a businessman. Whatever people want to say about him, the guy knows how to get things done, and I will always have that respect for him. So, I mean, the company rebranded, different name. That happened, when was it, last year that they changed the name? I think 2024
or late 2023. Yeah,
something like that. And they're pretty much an investment company now. They still have iCreate, which was the core of the company initially, but they have a lot of different ventures now that they're investing in. I think as their portfolio grows, we should definitely see some good stuff from Kintyre. I think the price that it's at now, which is probably mainly because of market sentiment, is pretty low. I think it's at a decent discount with where they could be next year. You look at things like Visual Vibe expanding into the US. Sir Lee Chin just gave them a nice investment from Portland for that 80 mil. To expand the VV portfolio as well. And VV is like how much of their earnings? I think it's their main earner. I think it's about like 50%.
Yeah, it's a heavy amount.
I think it's a significant portion. Yeah,
exactly.
Visual Vibe, for those who don't know, they're like a digital advertising. It's media and advertising company that do like media projects for like brand clients, and they have their big billboards and stuff like that. So yeah. But keep going, Shanice. Yeah, man. Visual Vibe, huge.
Visual Vibe is gonna be huge. I saw their real estate deals that they just did. The Culture Room. I mean, I've never really had Culture Room myself, but
we have a story. We have a story. So we have a group chat with Tyrone, and he's supposed to send us some rum because we congratulated him
I'm gonna need some. I'm gonna need some
on the acquisition. Yeah, we want to check it out. So I mean, you guys will see the rum when we get it. I think we just need to reach back out to him. But yeah, as you said, Shanice, the man works hard.
No, he works.
He's closing. He's closing deals.
He's closing deals, and Tyrone is basically a media personality himself. I mean, you're gonna know who he is. Like his reputation, like pretty much stands for itself. Like everybody knows who Tyrone Wilson is. He's gonna get things done. He's gonna market his companies. He's gonna market his products. So I do have faith that they can do well with Kintyre and their holdings. Visual Vibes should list, I think, by 2027, because that's a giant of a company right there. Especially with them going into the US now. I'm expecting to see some nice things from Visual Vibe, and you list that, even greater for Kintyre. You guys think it would list on the micro exchange, or we're going junior?
Maybe.
I think it's a little bigger still. I think it's bigger because the micro is what? You're raising like 50 grand? 50 mil? 50 grand?
To 50 mil.
50 mil.
I think it's 50 mil.
Up to 50?
Yeah.
Oh.
Up to 50 mil. Yeah, they're going to need more than that.
Oh. So you're not worried about
equity?
Like more shares being issued or anything like that?
The dilution?
Like, yeah, like I guess that's a fair, like, you know, because I know that just at times, if you like, they don't have money.
No.
If you don't have money, you need to buy a company. Yeah. You know, so that's, I guess, one of the uncertainties I have. Yeah.
It's
but
there,
I guess you're willing to do it.
I feel like it's so cheap right now to get in, and with how aggressively they're scaling and expanding with the acquisitions. Yeah, I'd buy in because the PE is like 3 times right now.
True.
Oh.
Yeah, the PE is.
But
pretty. I mean, he's been making.
I don't know if
profits.
those have one-offs though. I haven't actually been tracking it though. That's the thing. So I'm not sure how much of that is a one-off versus sustain. Like one of the things I worry about with something like this is like, I guess buying now, I would be anticipating like they acquire another company that the market likes or they get excited about, or they somehow get some cash from, I don't know, selling these properties that they possibly own. I'm just, I guess, wondering how long till some of those things happen, because it's like, okay, if you buy now, if those things don't happen for a while, I don't know if it's really going to stay up. So then you'd have to, I guess, be comfortable with that risk. Saying, okay, if I'm buying now at 40 cents, if the things that aren't happy, or if good things don't happen within a certain amount of time, I don't know if it's really going to stay at the 40 cents. It might drop back down to 30 cents, or what was it coming at before? It was it's like 20, like about 30 cents or so. Yeah. So that's one of the, I guess, risks that I see. Not to say that, it can't happen. It's just, the thing is for me, like, because I know you, I think would be much more able to play this. You know? What do you think?
Well, I think you mean Shanice instead of me.
Yeah, Shanice.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Shanice loved the risky, those kind of stuff.
Yeah. You guys know I'm a high risk player.
Yeah.
So I definitely would play it.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
but I do understand that risk.
Yeah, even though the acquisition, I don't know if you saw the recent acquisition, because they established Kintyre Real Estate Investment Trust, and then there are 2 properties. I know there's one in Discovery Bay, because that's close to where my grandma lives, and one in Trinidad that they secured some, and the Discovery Bay one is, I think, a 1-acre development property. and they're gonna do like, yeah, I think
so.
it's
Where?
some
How did they buy it though?
Bro, Tyrone just gets things done, man. Like,
He gets
why are
things
you
done.
questioning it, bro? The acquisition
Yeah,
is there, right? And it's 110 million Jamaican dollars. So
Hold on 1 sec. I think I'm gonna have
Sure.
to leave and join back so that I can share my screen. It's bugging out.
all right. Do, 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 do. 3 modern town hall. Okay.
Let me share
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're talking about this notice which came out to the exchange December 8th.
Mm-hmm.
2 real estate So how did they buy? Hold on. The combined value of these assets exceeds 1 million US. Increasing. So how did they buy this?
Bro, I'm actually not sure, you know.
Hmm.
I'm pretty I'd have to take some look because
Interesting.
it just said they acquired them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think they use some special
Farm
purpose
mill.
vehicle, but I'm not really sure.
Okay. Well, what I'd say is that there's definitely more. I don't want to like bore people and do too much of the research now. It's not one that I've, I guess, done like the deep dive into, but I'm sure this is something that is going to be. What I'd say is that it will be something that I will be watching. Watching maybe likely from the sidelines. If I were to buy, I would probably want it to start dropping after this excitement, I guess, possibly boils down. So maybe it's at 42 cents, so I'd probably want it to buy. But then even that is like, I don't know how much there'd be a cap to how much I would put into this. And I'd be doing this knowing that, hey, this really might just go. This could be instead of like a 50% play, this could be a 50% loss. Yeah.
You never really know.
Definitely a super high risk play.
Yeah, but I guess high risk, high reward. Because look at it, if you bought at 30 cents, how much is that? The 40 cents or so that you'd have made, and there are volumes that have traded on it, so you could have got in, got out.
33%.
Exactly, that's 30%.
Okay, I see you, Shanice. I see you.
Yeah, that's the thing with these plays with on cents, bro. Because like even earlier this year, it traded as low as like 23 cents. You know, like you can really make some good money on this, and then you're right.
Yeah,
it's volumes.
It's like doubled in the time.
It's literally like doubled. And then there's some days where you see 11 million units trading and so on. It's like units are being traded.
You can get some volumes in there.
Yeah. We got man like Phil. Remember when Phil used to be top 4 or so on in iCreate?
For the longest also,
yeah, I could see him jumping back in. That's something Phil would do.
Yeah, okay, we should have him on and ask him about it.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Any others? I'm wondering,
what you guys have?
What you gonna come with next?
Next?
Yeah. I was not expecting that. Not expecting that. I do respect it though, but I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I try to not be too generic with what I was gonna look into for next year.
Nah, I get that. Okay, everybody's probably saying more obvious ones.
Everybody else said the obvious ones.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I could say one that's not super obvious. Well, I don't think it's super obvious, but one of my stocks that I'm watching is actually a company on the junior market. And, they used to do one type of business and they've kind of switched a little bit to do another kind of business. Because they started out as a used car dealership, and now the business model has changed decently in the past 2 years. Has it been fully 2 years? I'm talking Jetcon Corporation. They're now the exclusive Jamaican distributor for Beijing Automotive Group, BAIC. I don't know if you guys have seen those Chinese EVs or Chinese cars around. I don't think a lot of Chinese cars, they're just explosive on the market. You're looking at like Tire Warehouse coming out with Jetor and so on. ATL bringing different vehicles like BYD, etc. And so Jetcon has some opportunity and they've jumped in. And I guess Preston is pulling up the different types of EVs that they have out now. I think there are like four of them. I think there are just four of them that they carry right now.
Okay.
I don't remember the different names. I think I could find the different
X55.
Yeah.
Or BJ40 plus.
Yeah, there's an X35 and an X55. There's the BJ30 and 40. Yeah, BJ30 and then there's a BJ40. And they're priced around like, between like the $4 million and $8 million region. And yeah, man, like hundreds of those vehicles have actually been sold. And the company actually expects to cross about over 1,000 units by like next year. So, and I know they had like a long wait list.
Hold on, they expect to sell 1,000 units next year, or by the end of 2020?
By the end of I think it's next year, they're saying 1,000 units.
So how much, did they tell you how much they're at now though? Like how do you put that into context, I guess?
Well, I know they said they've sold a bit. Yeah, there's an article. There's a let me see if I can find it. It was a Observer article that was released last month in November. Sorry guys, we're recording this in December. But yeah, there's a BAIC sales rev up Jetcon's earnings. I found it. So they just talk about, just some of the sales and things like that, and how they've been actually, there's like a lag. So there's a wait list for new cars because a lot of them were sold out. And they sell out months in advance too. And so I think the issue they were having some of the time was there's like a lag in when they can actually get the car. Like it takes a while to actually import the vehicles. But once that's sorted out and, they have a proper pipeline, a proper funnel and so on, I think, and if they, add more models, because right now I think it's just 4 models, and I think the vehicles look clean. I don't know about you guys, but I've seen them on the road and they definitely do look clean. So I think that pivot has done them pretty well, because going from used cars to now, this changes a lot, because not only are you depending on selling vehicles to make revenue, you also have a warranty that allows you to service your vehicles, and they have an exclusive deal. It's an exclusive partnership with BIC. So the people that buy these vehicles have to actually service their cars by Jetcon. And so that's recurring revenue now, because imagine every 6 months you have to come in and get your vehicle serviced or so on. So I think that's a better play for them. And you can actually tell that they're investing more into that, because they're ramping up. They spent like I think 15 million Jamaican dollars fixing up the site, putting in another hydraulic. I think it's one of those machines. I'm not gonna pretend to know cars. I always tell people I don't know cars, right? I know human anatomy, not car anatomy. That's I'm not one of them car man there at all. I do like looking at good cars though. But I think that that's it's good because you can anticipate the number of cars coming in for like routine servicing, and they've invested in it. Hydraulic lifts, that's what it is. And then they hired additional mechanics, so you can tell they're actually investing in this segment. And so I think the amount of service jobs, because I mean, if you've sold maybe 200 vehicles and you plan to sell 1,000 vehicles by the end of next year and so on, and exponentially in the coming years, as they say, that's good for recurring revenue. And so, I think with Jetcon, And you've seen, I don't know if you can pull up their numbers, but their numbers have been pretty good. Like they've actually been printing decent profits, even a lot of this year, and the stock price has fallen. So I think the stock price went as high as $2, and now they're on $1. Has it reached $1.20s now? I need to look back. I don't know.
Yeah, it's $1.28.
Yeah.
I think I'm reading here what you're saying. Like, yeah, the revenues were up. So for the 9 months, so this is this is comparing January to September 2025 to January September 2024. Revenues, this looks like over 50%. They went from selling 380 million worth of goods to 633 mil. And they made a loss for 2024. They lost 17 mil, but so far for 2025, they had made 67 mil in profit. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. I was looking at the article that you mentioned, and they were sharing. He actually, I don't know if this is from maybe like a shareholder meeting or something, because he actually hints Jackson. I don't know which this is. Oh, I think this is Andrew Jackson. He hints that he said we have secured a pretty decent third quarter, and then this was November 19th. And he said the fourth quarter should be even better. And apparently they even sell. Oh, go.
No, I was saying, look at the fourth quarter of last year. They actually made a massive loss last year.
Oh, that's when they wrote off the cars?
Yeah, it's in the full year, so you can see it. It was a net loss of what, 74 mil, I believe, for the year, the entire year. But for that quarter, you'd have to calculate it. But yeah, like so I think good profits on the background of that loss, that heavy loss, and so on. Let me how much? That's the third quarter. Go back to that third quarter finance. We could kind of calculate it. So if you go down, the third quarter is what? That's how much loss for all 9 months. That was 17 million, and then they ended last year. So that's $17 million loss for the 9 months up to September of last year. And then if you look at the full year actually shows that their losses were
74 mil.
74 mil.
So
that
over
fourth
50
quarter was a
mil.
massive loss. Yeah. Massive loss.
Oh, so yeah, so you're saying like
expected to do better. Yeah. I think it should be, it should look really nice on the books. That PE is supposed to tank. And I believe that even going forward, because they have some other things that they do, even they have some solar panels, I think, that they sell. They have a whole, there's a solar.
Yeah, apparently they were saying they bring in some panels, Gamco, and they're saying that apparently because of Beryl, they're seeing Melissa and Beryl, they're saying that their solar sales have actually been doing better. And they said they're prepared for it. So they said they've seen a sharp uptick in solar sales. Interesting. I didn't think about that in terms of other energy companies. Anyone for Tropical? No takers?
This guy Preston, funny, we don't really speak about those things on the show. I'm joking. If there's an opportunity, I'll jump in. But
But isn't that when you're supposed to look at the things that people are looking at?
I would rather invest in Kintyre, for sure. For sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tropical.
Just for now. Until Tropical, that's how stocks are. Because there's some days they look really bad, and I guess that's when we do look at them. But we look at them with the
from
premise
a
of a potential, and with the premise of a potential upside. It's hard for me to see that for Tropical. I mean, their sales could have been better through, with Melissa and so on. But boy, I don't know, man. I'm afraid. You see how you're apprehensive in touching Kintyre? I'm apprehensive in touching Tropical, especially after that APO.
No, it wasn't at APO, it was a SPO.
Oh, sorry, yeah,
it was a secondary public offering.
Yeah, Yeah. My bad. My apologies. Yeah.
But yeah, I see. I do, because I remember like with Jetcon, I think I had told you when I had started looking at it, and I think it was maybe like $1 or something. I think it was the end of 2024, because they were talking about the whole switch up, and I was like, hey, I'm trying to look for a change. So they're a used car dealer. They're making a change. They're going to become a new car dealer. And I was doing research even into the whole. I'm not a car person, as you said, so I was trying to do research into like, oh, how good are the Chinese cars? Because it was like, oh, they were the only one bringing in this dealer or this car.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, how is the car going to perform on Jamaican roads? And I remember even one of the things that made me say, oh, wait, this actually might be a serious thing, is because it wasn't just, them bringing it in the Chinese cars. There's a lot of other people bringing in the Chinese cars. And when I was doing research online, the cars are actually, it's not like, and I guess how the opportunity can arise, because I think, you know how a lot of people think, oh, it's Chinese. It's like they just make cheap stuff. It's like a Temu or a Shein or one of those stuff. And you just go buy it and you just go mash up. You know, imagine doing something like that for a car, which is like a really big purchase for people. It's maybe their second largest purchase they might make other than a house, you know?
Yeah.
So I think there's like, hey, I don't know. And then everyone would not really want to be that first person. But then if the first set of cars do well, everybody's going to be like, oh my gosh, you know?
Have you been seeing a lot of these Chinese cars and Chinese EVs?
They're
really good quality.
They're proper luxury cars. Like
there's a vehicle. I don't know if you guys watch MKBHD, but he reviewed the Xiaomi car. Xiaomi, the cell phone brand, and he reviewed a Xiaomi car. That car was what? I think it was 40,000 US or so on. And it was like the amount of specs, like, the software inside the car, how modular the car is. And so it was just like, how are they coming up with such good quality vehicles for this price? So I have to watch out. That's a huge market now.
Yeah. So
I
wish more dealers were listed. You could have one more choice, maybe.
Exactly, like Tire Warehouse, if a list. Funny enough, I know the family that actually owns Tire Warehouse. We used to go to church together, actually. Cool people. I want them list, though. You're right. All of these car dealers come to the market, man. All the man never want them too. But,
I've not seen those ones.
Real. Yeah. But yeah, that was my pick. I mean,
the Jetcon, pretty good pick. Pretty good pick.
Thank you.
Like I might add it to my little list going into 2026.
Yeah, and I said it's dropped. It starts into, I think, the initial excitement after that first.
Yeah, what does it look like now?
It's $1.28. Let me pull it up. See.
The only problem is the volumes, like the units. It's hard to really get units.
But is that a problem? Or, I mean, if you're the one that gets the units.
True.
But yeah, I was looking at it when it was like here, like $1. And then I think some of the reports started coming out, and it went as high as $2. And I know it's starting to drop back down. Let's look at it at $1.28. I don't know where is the next report? They just reported. So their quarter four would be due. Do they do audited or?
They do.
No,
full year. It's not Q4.
Oh, so then that would be
due
end of February.
Year.
The latest. Okay, what you said? Nice Valentine's Day present. Jetcon to 2.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping, my portfolio nice when I come back to Jamaica them days. So, are you going again, Shanice? Are you leaving the island again next year?
I actually don't think I'm going. Unfortunately, I want to cry.
Going where?
No. I don't think I'm going.
Trinidad. That's okay. Yeah, that's sad.
2027, 100%.
Okay, what's up? Let's see if Preston comes 2027 too.
Preston, stop playing around. Like,
Playing, man. He's played.
Stop
He
playing
doesn't know
around.
what he's missing.
You don't know. Like, I am so heartbroken that I'm not going this year.
Oh boy.
I'll send you
boy.
pictures.
God. Who you jumping with?
But
Tribe. I'm actually jumping with Tribe. Because I played with Spirit this year and they were good. Don't get me wrong. They were good. I'm definitely not gonna badmouth Spirit. I think they were a 9.5 out of 10, which is really, really good. And I mean, the experience was amazing, but there's a point where I actually walked over to Tribe after Spirit.
Yeah, I remember I saw you over there.
Yeah. And the vibe was just different.
So bad.
Tribe is just different. Tribe goes
because
way
Tribe is
into the night.
Tribe is huge.
Tribe is huge. So you guys ended at like 9 o'clock.
Yeah, no, it went on forever.
It went on.
I was
and the
destroyed.
same thing again Tuesday. I was just like, yo.
Damn.
Yeah.
Good times. So good times.
I know it's a new year, so I just want to try something new. Even if it wasn't Spirit, I'd probably try like Humor or some other band. But yeah, Tribe looking like it. So yeah, let's see.
Okay. You guys have all given one. I can probably give one of my picks. So one of the stocks I will be watching 2026 will be Grace Kennedy. Grace Kennedy,
okay.
Right? I was actually...
You know, it's funny. We all have very different picks to what I thought we would be bringing to the table. I would never think Preston would say Grace Kennedy, actually. Worse as his first. But let's go, Preston. I'm curious to hear why.
But yeah, Grace Kennedy. I was reading even up to... You guys saw they made an announcement, I think a little while back. I want to try to find the announcement. But basically, it's more about how they're... So Grace Kennedy, they have their financial side, Grace Kennedy Financial Group. And then they have the food side, which is like high-low. So the financial side is like, which the food people know? Western Union. Which other one? They have GK General Insurance, First Global, that financial company. And then they have the foods, which is like high-low, and the Grace branded products, the ketchup, all of those different stuff, right? Those two sides of the business. Grace Kennedy has spoken a lot about their 2030 vision, about what they want to do with the company, about how their revenue targets, how much millions of whatever they want to get from outside of Jamaica. I think it's 70% of their revenues and profits outside of Jamaica, $2 billion US in revenues. And if you look at, I guess, what they're doing now, I think that's like almost like a 2x or something like that, in terms of like 2 to 3 times growth in the business in revenues, profitability or whatnot, right? So massive plans that they have. And one of the things that they even spoke about is that, hey, they want to actually essentially split the business. So they'll have a Grace Kennedy Foods and then a Grace Kennedy Financial Group. And more and more, I'm seeing the signs of that. So let me pull up the notice. So if you look back,
I feel like we've been hearing this like split of the segments for so long. And it's always made sense for them to do it. But I never thought we'd like really see the day where they probably they really split it, like for real.
Yeah.
It feels like that, right?
I think we are getting closer and closer. Because, so for example, they dropped a notice August 20th, 2025. It says Stephen Whittingham takes the helm at the Grace Kennedy Financial Group. We've actually had Stephen on. He is so he's now the head of Grace Kennedy Financial Group. He's also the chairman of the Jamaica Stock Exchange. So he's going to be leading the financial side. Grace just got a new CEO last year, Frank James. And then they've also announced some other appointments September. They took someone from Key. So there was someone, they had bought Key a few years back. It was doing horrible, turned around the business. It's now doing a lot better. And now they've removed it from the stock exchange, RIP Key. And like, for example, they mentioned that, Miss Tamara Glaves Hughes, she used to be running Key. I don't know what her official position, CEO or whatever. And they've now brought her over to the head of general insurance at Grace. So it's like, oh, not just Keish will be overseeing, but also the other sides of the insurance arm, the Grace Kennedy General Insurance, Grace Kennedy Insurance, Eastern Caribbean. So I think these are some of the signs that they are, getting ready to possibly start to make some noise, Once again, I'd say, hey, if it's 2030, I'm not going to wait till the end of 2030 or 2029 to do it. I'm going to have to start making some of these initiatives from before, you know? So I do think it is one I will be watching. It's hard because it's like, okay, do you want to go in from this early? Like, would you guys not beat yourself up if they just announced? Like, think about it. What would you need to say, okay, now it's time? You're gonna wait for them to actually announce it and say Grace Kennedy is, I don't know how they do it, like, oh, a board is gonna meet to consider this, and then the shareholder meeting, and then do you want to wait till then?
Grace also wanted to list on. They wanted to list overseas, right? Unlike the New York Stock Exchange, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, I don't think they specified
or
New York. I think they say overseas.
Yeah.
But it would probably be one of those.
That
those are the
was
largest.
a thing.
Yeah. That's a part of it. They said GKFG and GK Foods listed on Caribbean and major overseas stock exchanges. So I'm doing that as a part of that. So I think you'd want to split it and then do that. So I think these are the signs that you do from before. You start to change up the order of the business and say, okay, this person will handle the finance, this person will do this. And
Andrew Coy as CEO of GK Foods. I see. Yeah,
they appointed a new CEO of. Oh yeah, because I think Frank James was he took over from Don Webby, RIP, Mr. Webby, and then I think, so I guess they needed someone else under foods instead of him.
So Andrea Coy is what I'm seeing.
Yeah,
I think she was appointed as CEO of GK Foods, domestic and international foods. So that's one leadership. And you're right. I'm seeing FG here, Stephen Whittingham. And then, them consolidating general insurance leadership under a new head of general insurance too. So overseeing multiple insurance entities. That's also, I see them streamlining. So that's them pushing to streamline and scale the financial services just to be its own platform
company
or entity. So that, I guess that is a sign. What will be the next set of signs though? Because we'd have to be looking for the next dots or the next steps for GK. Because
do we have to?
I mean,
or would I be selling when you're looking for that?
I still think a lot of people wouldn't even be buying at that point, bro. Because if the next step, well, it depends on how big it is. Because, the next step for me is more capital stuff now. So you first start with board and so on, then you start with capital stuff. So you'll see like distinct. They already report differently. So you have the food segment and the financial segment, but then you probably see some separate like dividend policies, or some capital moves you might start to see, and then you're like, okay, this is them now gearing up to, I don't know what they would actually do, because some people have been saying that they might split the stock, not just the company, but split the actual shares itself. So that would be exciting too.
I don't think they'd split before they get to list on the international market, though.
You think they'd list then split?
If they need to split.
Wait, as in you're talking about stock split, or?
I'm talking
stock split.
Oh. Okay.
Fair. Yeah. Oh no. You're right, Shanice, though. I feel like we've been waiting for this for a long time. And yes, a lot has happened with the company, but and even leadership and so on, and the economy. But hey, you're right, Preston. It's a 2030 vision, so them they're on a time crunch. They gave themselves that deadline, so you have to do something.
I was just looking at they had an investor briefing. They were apparently asked, are plans still on track for GK Foods to list on a major stock exchange by the end of 2026 financial year? And they said no specific timeline. It's part of the 2030 vision. They even mentioned that they did mention a thing about their M&A or mergers and acquisitions. They said they've been very active on the merger and acquisition scene. They originally wanted a major international acquisition in 2023 or 2024, but the timeline has been pushed back. And they say they're still looking for merger and acquisition opportunities. This is actually cited as the reason for not doing the share buyback. They're preserving cash for future merger and acquisitions. So yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting one because it's one where I don't think it's really gonna fall that much more. If anything, I think it's kind of have a stable point unless something very, very bad was to come out about the company. It's really just that my issue is like, hey, what if it doesn't happen this year? Am I expecting really big thing? Because it's a big company, so it takes a lot to move its price or move the value of the business. So that's one of the concerns. But yeah, I do think it's one I even kind of fell off with watching it. But even like this investor briefing that I just pulled up, I need to actually probably go through the transcript of this. Yeah.
No, I mean, it's a blue chip. It's still a good company, regardless. It's just the price I feel has stagnated over this year. But you're right. It would be a big opportunity because the last time, or I would say the last time I capitalized on Grace's movement, it took a pandemic for it to really move significantly. Like the reason I bought Grace was the increase in remittances. People were sending back money to their family members during COVID and so on, and that was a lot of Western Union transactions, and then they would eat the fees off of Western Union transactions and so on. So I remember buying that stock at $60 and selling at like $100. But now I don't know what it's gonna really. This is what it's gonna have to take, in my opinion, to move it, because they've been in acquisition mode for years. They've been acquiring a ton of different companies and so on, and it hasn't really moved from the acquisitions. So even when they say, they're going to stop this share buyback or put a break on it, or they're not going to invest as much into the share buyback program and acquire something else or some other business, that business would have to be massive, in my opinion, to move Grace. Has to be something substantial. So we'll see. That could surprise me. It would be something I would be looking for, especially if I was a man with money and wanted a stock to park my money into. This would be a good one I would look into. So yeah.
I would say it's one that I think every year until 2030 it will be on the watch list, to be honest. I think it only makes sense. I think some of those plans that they have are real price movers. It's really just a matter of when, and I don't want to be, it would really hurt me if I did not put money in this at the right time. Like it would cause me physical pain to be looking at things like that. I couldn't. Yeah.
Yo, what's that? There's actually the heartbreak syndrome. I don't know if you know it. It starts with a T, I believe, where something breaks your heart so much it actually has a physical manifestation. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. The condition.
Yeah.
It's not
I would get that.
Takayasu. What is it?
I think it is that one. Where is it?
It's
broken heart syndrome.
The broken heart syndrome.
Takotsubo cardiomyopathy. Yeah.
Wow.
Broken heart syndrome.
Yeah.
I'd get
it's
that.
The whole thing.
I'd get
That's
that.
like Mailpack. That's like when Mailpack broke her heart that Valentine's Day.
What did the Mailpack break Shanice's heart? I remember last year you were calling on Mailpack.
Yeah, I was in Mailpack heavy last year. I'm not in any Mailpack right now. I didn't get my heart.
That's why the price fell.
Oh, that's why the price fell.
I definitely sold all my Mailpack units.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Okay. I mean, it was a good thought. Like the thought process and so on was solid, and so on.
Mhm.
It's
Well,
just I remember us seeing the big walls in the queue, and we were kind of hesitant.
I think my thing wasn't really just the large sellers. It was
The shares.
I think no, that wasn't it. What was it? So I think they were losing their tax break. So they had listed end of 2019.
20.
They went on a junior market. So they were, for the first 5 years after that, they would not have to pay any business tax or corporate income tax. So basically they would be saving, 25% of any of the profits that they made or any of the money that they made. And then after the 5 years, you have to pay half. So you'd go to 12.5. So I think it was, yes, they had bought MyCart Express, which was with, I guess when we add Mailpack to MyCart, they're the largest like shipping company in Jamaica or whatnot, or freight. I think they call it freight shipping. But I was kind of looking at that. I was like, with the, and then also their Q4, which is the Christmas period, which is October, November, December. It's supposed to be their best. So it's usually their best in terms of sales, but they sometimes have issues managing the cost in there. So it's like, okay, yes, the ton of people rush them, but they've had issues managing it in the past. So even I thought that because maybe they were just buying the company, or they had bought the company just a few months before, you know how like after a business buys a company, sometimes there's like a while where you kind of fix up stuff and you're gonna kind of make mistakes and you're gonna try, stuff like that. So almost like those growing pains. So I was a bit worried about that. But it's actually funny that you mentioned it. Mailpack is actually one that I'm watching now. There was an article that came out. I think it was in reference likely to, I think, their shareholder meeting, their annual shareholder meeting. It said some stuff that I was pretty interested in. Let me pull it up. So it said, Mailpack set sights on regional rollout. This was November 21st, 2025, right? See, they say here. So one of the things they say, Executive Chairman Kyrie Robinson, company is weeks away. And remember, this was November 21st. So some of those weeks have passed. I don't think they've put out a notice yet, from announcing a multi-market regional move. He said he declined to outline the shape of the regional push, but confirmed that Mailpack's next move is in alignment with the company's broader vision to evolve into a diversified logistics operator. So multi-market regional moves are something in multiple markets in the region, the Caribbean. So there'll be likely something, either they're buying a company or something in some other Caribbean countries or whatnot. So maybe it's a single business, say in Trinidad or Puerto Rico, whatever, Dominica, whatever. And then that business maybe has other shipping companies in other countries. And he said, okay, it will be multiple markets. It was the AGM, company's annual general meeting. And he said it would only speak freely when final documents are signed. And then he says, as soon as we're there and documents are signed, I will be sure to share with you. And they said he pressed them on acquisition or partnership or greenfield, so them just starting up a company. He did not want to confirm it. He said their long-standing business approach, which is usually to buy existing businesses, right? So they own like they own like Pure Ice, and they own Express Fitness and all those different stuff. So there was another thing. They
also own companies in the region as well. I think they own a Dairy Queen and I think KFC in Panama and so on. So they do have that regional integration. They're all over the place.
Yeah, so see, this is the line I was talking about. So it said, yes. So did you guys notice? So they're saying we have our traditional courier business. And he said, then we launched our pack your barrel service. We just recently signed to become a last mile provider for Temu.
Yeah.
I didn't really know. I've heard of Temu and stuff before, but I was doing like some more research, and I'm seeing that a lot of Jamaicans apparently use Temu. Have you guys ever used it?
I've never used it. But yeah, Temu is up there with like Shein.
They're pretty popular.
Pretty popular, yeah.
Yeah. And then they say, and we're looking to do that with a number of other brands. Hint, hint. Which other brands are there? So he says, Temu represents Mailpack's most significant new partner, and he described the marketplace as probably the largest provider of goods to Jamaica today, and I guess this is just number of goods instead of just value of goods, surpassing Amazon and Shein. Right? So he says, so it's Temu, then Amazon, then Shein.
Really?
So think about it. If they sign the largest provider and they can actually handle the business of the largest provider, they just bought, well, not just bought, over a year, 2024, they bought MyCart Express. MyCart Express, I'm sure, has their own warehouse and all the trucks or all those different things that you need for a shipping company. You are now geared up to be able to take on more demand. And they've mentioned before spending and investments that they've been doing. Think about it. Like, I don't think this Temu part, I don't think they did a notice to like the stock exchange or anything about this. They just said it at the AGM casually. And you notice how this is like the end of the article. It's not the headline. Mailpack signs Temu, the largest shipping whatever in Jamaica. It's Mailpack set sites and everyone's like focused on this. And I'm just like, hey, isn't this a big deal? Is this not a big deal? And not even just this, but I'm looking for it. I'm like saying, hey, if they can handle Temu, and he says here, they want to look at with a number of other brands. What if they do it for Shein? What if they do it for Amazon? Something like for Amazon, I was saying, would likely be a much bigger deal because that would likely make headlines. Because think about it. A lot of headlines have been going on over the last year about the Amazon free shipping, how it's going to destroy shipping companies in Jamaica and all of that kind of stuff. But I'm sure some of the shipping companies are still alive. So I'm like, hey, what if they were to then announce we have now signed Amazon or Shein or both? You know, I don't know.
Have you seen the recent Amazon too, the Bazaar?
I heard about it, yes, but I haven't used it. I think I downloaded the app, but I don't really want to spend any more money right now. Christmas spending.
Well, I go send this article in the Riverside in the chat right now, but it's about, let me find the chat first. It's about Amazon Bazaar and so on. Oh, okay. Yeah, low-cost shopping app in Jamaica and so on. Everything is actually priced in JMD, and it's stuff about like, you know, homeware and fashion and those kind of stuff. And Bazaar is actually used in select markets instead of the word haul. So it's like cheaper stuff. You know, you get free returns within 15 days and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm just like, yo, Amazon is already big. Imagine having a cheaper alternative where you can get like a ton of different affordable products now, even more affordable on this Bazaar thing. I'm just thinking of which regional player would be able to take something like this on. And yeah, you're right. If Mailpack can handle Temu, Mailpack can definitely handle this. And you know, I don't know. I'm thinking of how big Mailpack can actually be. Just as you said, like the regional player, the person has that huge combined network across, you know, the whole Caribbean. Because Norbrook Equities, which is their parent company, already has, you know, a foothold in these different islands, in these different countries. So I don't see it being too hard to do that. Even I think they have a connection with Aeropost. I believe Aeropost is they power basically Mailpack, like a lot of the software and stuff like that. And I think Aeropost is Panamanian company as well. Don't quote me on that. I haven't done that research in years, but you know, I'm just seeing like a lot of different links now that you bring it up. So I think, yeah, Mailpack is definitely one to watch. It's funny how we were just, I talk about Mailpack breaking our hearts, and hey, look at this, another opportunity.
Kind of get your heart broken.
It's so funny how the market works. Right? To get my heart broken again still. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, no, I like Mailpack though. And definitely them taking on Temu, as Matthew said, should signal that, yeah, they're ready to handle, you know, big jobs. And the Bazaar, why not? Why not them?
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So something I started looking into, definitely need to do some more research on it, but it caught my eye. A stock I used to really hold close to my heart. haven't been in it in a long time, but
Mm-hmm.
I say that they're pretty much restructuring their business and how they recognize their revenue, looking at new business models. So my interest is back in Pulse for next year, Pulse Investments on the main markets. Choose some unconventional ones. So yeah,
I
Pulse,
like it. I like the Pulse pick. I like the Pulse pick.
Yeah, I like Pulse. Pulse has so much like different sides to their business. They have Villa Ranai, which there was always more that they could do with Villa Ranai, and I think they're finally like starting to figure it out. So they're turning it into a whole like $1 billion wellness resort, which is the new business that they're looking to lean into to become Jamaica's luxury wellness resort and spa. So they have their real estate side, along with Villa Ranai, the rooms that they rent out at Pulse on Trafalgar. That's really good as well. They're restructuring, so there's like a barter advertisement side to their business that they've always had, but because I think their auditing changes, they're gonna have to restructure how they recognize that revenue. So as of right now, they're kind of just not recognizing the revenue. So I think their last set of results, it looked like there was like a massive fall off, but they've really just kind of paused recognizing that revenue while they're restructuring everything, so they figure out how to properly recognize it. So that's gonna come back on once Villa Ranai. The construction I know is going on right now. I think they posted like an update about it sometime last week, I think, or a week before. I need to look back into it. And yeah, even their other lines, the modeling side of things, I think they're doing things to make it a more hybrid approach, more online, rather than like the live events as well. So they're pretty much building out on all the different sides of what makes Pulse. But especially I think with Villa Ranai, what they're trying to do with that, I like it. I like what the company's doing. I think it's a nice little change for them, a nice little shift. The stock price right now, where is it at? Somebody bring that up.
$1, just about $1.
97 cents.
97 cents.
Wow. Pulse.
That wellness center is going to be bringing in some strong revenue when that come in, growing the core business as well. There's easily some growth here.
Interesting. I do think it's an interesting one. It was one that I had on the list too, because we can mention that their chairman and majority shareholder, Mr. Kingsley Cooper, RIP, Mr. Cooper, he passed away.
RIP.
It was it was in 2024, I think. He passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah, or so somewhere around there. And so yeah, he was a big, I guess he was instrumental in running the company, majority shareholder, directing the company. He was the
company. Yeah, he ran that.
He was the
pretty
company.
much ran that.
Yeah, so I guess them losing him would have been like a big shock to the company. And I think the weird part about the Villa Ranai thing is that they've been talking about Villa Ranai for a long time, because I've been looking at, I used to have posts and stuff like that, made money off of it. And the Villa Ranai stuff has been quite seriously delayed, So.
And it's funny that now that Kingsley is gone is when it's finally taking off and becoming a serious thing. But Sapphire definitely is like, she came in foot on the gas. I think she's
Mhm.
she managing director now.
I think so.
I think
I
so.
strongly
From
believe she
Safia's
is.
his daughter,
Yeah, Safi is his
Yeah.
daughter.
I believe.
Oh yes, I found it. One sec.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Temu
Safia is
April.
managing director.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
So clearly, her vision is a lot more aggressive than what Kingsley even
Mhm.
had. Because yeah, the Villa and I, it was always talk. And I mean, have you guys been to Villa and I?
No.
It's a nice little piece of property them have right there.
Yeah, I love the
It's
view,
Stony,
and there's
right?
a rest.
Yeah, it's in
Yeah,
Stony Hill.
it's like up Stony Hill.
Stony
Road.
Hill.
You ever been to Majestic Sushi?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's a nice. I've gone there a couple of times. It's a nice nice spot.
So it's
nice
close
spot.
to Majestic.
Yeah, as in Majestic is Villarani is just the whole, I guess, complex or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'd say, yeah. So it's more like, oh, they have the other stuff, like they have a restaurant there and whatnot. Yeah. So you can like go down and see, because I think the last time I went there, which was a few months ago, I had looked in the valley. I don't think they were doing construction at the time, but like it looked like work had been done there at some point. But I wasn't really seeing like a lot of progress, I guess. But that could have just been the part that I looked at. But yeah, I found a notice they posted to the stock exchange July 8th, 2025. Because it seems like what they're doing, because they said pivoting from its initial residential development, because they were there was a certain number of homes they were planning to actually sell.
Yeah.
And they're saying to a phased transformation into really a resort. So it's really a hotel they're making, I guess.
Yep.
Instead
they're going into hotels.
So then how does that work with how far did you reach before? So is it going to be like, it's almost like villas then? Just a group of villas? Like if you've already built out a house, you're going to turn that into, I guess, a villa then, right? Or how?
I mean, I don't know how far they had gotten with those construction, but
yeah, interesting.
But yeah, this is an interesting one, to me, for sure.
Are you worried about them doing an APO though? Because I remember they spoke about an APO many years back. They said discussions with financiers regarding teams of they could do an additional public offering, raise some money from some shareholders, bring in some new shareholders.
Like every time we like a stock, and it's like, damn, but what if they do an APO?
APO
system.
Yeah, it's a real thing. It's a real thing, because I mean, with all of this expansion now, and them going more into this, they're gonna need cash.
They're gonna need cash.
But do they have cash? Do they have money like that?
They have some left over from like a loan. From a couple of years ago. Hold on.
Let's see. Because let me see. So this is the September 2025 numbers. They said right now they have 34 million in cash. Their cash from the business wasn't really generating. What's this? 1.3 million Jamaican. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, cash provided by operating activity. Yeah. Not much cash. I mean, they never really were a very cashy business like that. I remember profits wise, they made off of revaluation gains on their properties. So
I see a really big related party loan. I wonder who that is to though. It's like $1 billion. Oh, interesting.
This is one I need to sit with for you.
Yeah, I was definitely
I need to go
it
deeper
as a
into
turnaround.
This.
Yeah,
I think there's a turnaround.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I think you notice how like I feel like the information isn't really clear around it. So it could be opportunity there, because if people don't really realize what's going on with the business and there is some plans that they have, that can create
even the
your
revenue thing that you're talking about, like them not recognizing revenue, because this is if you look at it, it's a wicked drop off in
It's
terms
a
of
wicked
revenue.
drop off. It's
Because
a
even
good
this,
couple
yeah,
100 million that they're not
100
recognizing.
million,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So I mean, I don't know accounting wise if you'd have to reverse that, like
Mhm.
like would you have to know, because we didn't report it before, we have to report it now? Are they looking to get like a massive injection of revenue at some point? I don't know.
Yeah.
This is a stock I need to
It's
actually do some deeper dives, but it looks promising. I love Pulse. I've loved this company. I
always
think
love
has made us all
Pulse.
money.
Oh, for real.
Yeah,
So much money.
yeah,
And
yeah.
there seems to be
That's-
more on the table right now.
Mhm.
I seen the related party loan. They say it's a company, GL Superb Limited, controlled by the estate of the major shareholder of the company. So that'd be Mr. Cooper. So the company owes him like $1 billion, or his estate $1 billion. Oh, interesting.
Quite interesting. You remember? I think even top 10 shareholders. There's a thing with Pulse and them. I think it was Mr. Cooper that sold the property to himself. Was that how it was? Like Pulse owned it or so on, or
Yeah.
he owned it and he sold it
I
to
remember something
Pulse.
like that.
Pulse bought it from him.
Yeah,
Pulse
like they
bought the
bought it
property
from him.
And I'm just like, but don't you own most of Pulse? So it's just, I always thought that was pretty cool. I'm like, yo, the things you can do on the market, man. Yeah. Another one to watch. Wow.
You have
These
one
are
to
some
watch,
very
Thaon?
interesting picks. I mean, I have so many to watch. I don't think they get as interesting as all of these, though. These are very interesting picks. Like, I was not missing Pulse. Because I've seen even Pulse in the news, and they've spoken about Pulse negatively. I always need to, like, anytime I hear negative thoughts about a company, I always need to
you need
take
to
a second
start
look.
paying attention for real. Like,
second order.
the opportunity. There's an opportunity there.
Yeah, because I remember seeing it even recently in the news, too, like in the past couple of weeks. And I'm just like, why are people speaking so negative? I just never had the time to look into it, but now
I think it was the
definitely have
huge
to.
fall off on the reports.
I think that's definitely what
because
it was.
it was like a huge drop.
Pulse, man. I don't know. It used to be the gift that keeps on giving. So let's see.
Always. Pulse pays dividends too, right?
Do
I don't think they're religious with their dividends, but
I don't think a big dividend. So the last one was 2024. Yeah, 2024.
Yeah, January 2024.
Let me see if I have another stock. I mean, I'm just gonna scroll the. I feel like I've spoken about Atlantic before, but Atlantic is definitely one of my favorite stocks now.
100%.
And we Preston and I spoke about Atlantic on the podcast episode where we're talking about construction companies. But now more than ever, I think, especially with Hurricane Melissa, they have a unique opportunity, I believe. And I think they actually might buy a company, like another hardware store on the other side of the island, just to be able to supply them with goods and so on. I've been seeing a lot of businesses do that. My brethren bought out a cook shop recently, and just like pennies on the dollar. And
in the West.
In the West, yeah. And they had a lot of inventory in terms of like industrial cookers and like pots and so on. So I think there is a big reshuffling in terms of ownership of businesses on that side. And I think it positions Atlantic uniquely to be able to own either Atlantic or Lombard or so on, but I think Atlantic, because they're more of a wholesale distributor of the construction materials and like plumbing supplies and those kind of things. So I think them as a wholesaler, them getting a retail unit and being able to push a lot of their products on that side of the island, I think that would be the next step for them, the next massive step. Of course, even with with Hurricane Melissa and the devastation, I think just organic growth on a whole for Atlantic is just going to be big. I think there's still just going to be selling quite a few products. There's a lot of products in demand now. The zinc roofing, we speak about plumbing, we speak about lumber, we speak about those kind of things. So I think there's going to be a significant construction and I guess reconstruction efforts in all of those parishes. And Atlantic already has customers, because remember they sell to retail hardware stores. So they already have customers island wide. They said they have like 1,000 customers or so on. And then the government itself too, they have a big infrastructure push. Preston, I think one of our brethren sent an article about even the highway network. I think that was released today. The government wanting to do a whole highway network just for distribution all across the island. I mean, we spoke about even that push on our earlier podcast episode on TransJam and so on. But I think the government now is prioritizing things like housing and infrastructure. Even in their manifesto, they spoke about building more houses. The JLP spoke about building a lot more houses. I don't know if it was 60,000 or so on. So I think a lot of funds is going to go into construction for 2026. And if they keep pushing in product lines, maybe expanding product lines, having deeper and closer ties to now contractors and developers and so on. And if they start to, you soon start hearing them win like massive contracts, for like large development projects. A lot of hotels have been damaged, and we speak about that too. So imagine you get I think Hyatt Zilara and all of those other there's a delay in them reopening. All of those other hotel chains, big delay in them reopening, and they didn't anticipate the amount of damage that they have now. And so imagine them winning a lot more contracts for those development or reconstruction projects. And who owns them? Mustn't, like I think that whole, it's not a conglomerate, it's a consortium. That whole consortium, even with like Construct and Lumber, it's just they have the backing, they have the people, they have the network. Chairman PB Scott, at the helm. I think they have a lot of support, like a lot of strategic support. So I think that backing alone can just facilitate expansion, and he can probably find opportunities all over the space. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to. The price has already even moved since Hurricane Melissa. I think they're trading at 80 cents, and now they're like $1.30. I can't even imagine what next year is gonna look like.
Yeah, they definitely got the Melissa pump, but the next couple quarters with the Melissa demand is gonna be nice.
Real. And I think, like we were talking about it's not just the one quarter after the hurricane or that hurricane quarter.
We in this for a while. We're in this for some
this is
time.
reconstruction. Yeah.
And the amount of money that's like coming into the government to facilitate like this rebuilding.
It's like billions of US.
It's billions. Like, that should just give you an idea of just the amount of money that's probably going to be going to some of these companies, especially like Atlantic.
Yeah.
I think it's really just a question of which one, like a lot of the construction companies are going to benefit. It's just, okay, which one is really going to get which one are going to get the, the real boost, and then not just in business, but then will that lead to an increase in the share price for you to make money?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think of even some massive players like Tankwell and so on. I'm pretty sure they'll get a lot of business because they have to. They're the bigger players. Listed. Man, yeah. We have a couple construction companies, I think being listed is also a perk too, because their financials are so open. You can scrutinize a company heavily because they are listed, and so I think that positions you to be able to get those kind of contracts, because okay, you know where the money is going, you know exactly what's happening, and so on. You have shareholders to answer to, that kind of stuff. So not perfect as we've seen, with other companies, but yeah, being listed is a perk. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's Atlantic's definitely one to watch. Preston and I even talk about the float and how the float is small, and so the price really does move. It's not like a GK where it takes millions to move. This could move off of just not many units who could send this flying.
Yeah.
So I think the general public only got like 100 million units, I believe, or something like that. It wasn't
I didn't even
many
buy
units
into
at
this
all.
IPO.
Same.
But I very much do like that company, especially going into next year.
Yeah. So let's see.
Yep.
Another one
you guys
to watch.
have any others? Yeah.
There are deals all over this market, man.
There are deals all over the market, honestly. I was just trying to find like some ones that I probably wouldn't always look at.
Yeah.
I was looking at, which one was I looking at today? You guys looked at GNAC?
Yes.
I haven't looked at GNAC in a while.
Yeah, did you?
GNAC is interesting.
What's going on with GNAC?
So let me show you. So GNAC, General Accident Insurance. Everyone knows them probably as the Hummingbird Insurance Company. They do things like car insurance, house insurance, all those different stuff. They made an announcement maybe a few weeks to months ago. Let me try to pull it up. And some of the wording on it was a bit interesting, or at least to me. So here is the notice here. So this notice came out November 5th, 2025. They say General Accident Insurance Company, or GNAC, and Beacon Insurance. Today, when Beacon is like a insurance company similar to a GNAC, but they're based in Trinidad. They say today announced their intention. Notice it said between GNAC and Beacon. It said their intention to complete a transaction which will create a leading Caribbean insurer. Then it says GNAC's parent company, Musson, has purchased 100% of Beacon effective October 31st, 2025. So Musson, they're saying Musson bought Beacon. And it says Beacon will subsequently or after become a subsidiary of General Accident, so subject to additional regulatory approvals. You guys see that? Where you find that word? The wording of that? So they're saying,
so I guess initially when I read it, yeah. They're saying Musson owns Beacon, but GNAC will be the eventual owner.
Yeah, so Musson
Beacon
buys
will
it
become
and sells it
So
to
they're going to
GNAC?
sell it to GNAC?
Looks so.
I don't. They say subsequently they'll become a subsidiary. And then when you look at the actual size, the research on, that they talk about how much premiums. Basically, the Beacon is a larger company by some metrics than GNAC. And apparently, there's some more stuff that I was looking at. For example, let me see. They apparently were Beacon. They were on the market to be sold for years before,
long time.
So there was an article that was speaking about them being sold. Hold on. Beacon Insurance for sale. Yeah, trying to see if I can find it. But one of the things that I wanted to show in the article, they were saying that at the time the company was being sold. I found it. So this is September 2023, 829 days ago. They said, did I not highlight it? They were saying that the company is at the time was being sold for, it's on the market for 30 million. refresh. 30 million US, right? And they said that the company that is being sold also has properties that are essentially, could I say the business guardian understands that in addition to the reported, could I say, hold on, told, yeah, 3 properties are also included. So you get, in addition to the actual ownership of the business, you get some properties that it owns. And this is some, for example, some of the properties were valued at 26.3 million. So it's not like, it's like you're buying the thing at 30 million, but there's actually other assets that is worth more than the 30 million. This was a few years back. So I guess I don't know what price it's going at, but it seems like there's essentially actual value in that.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then I'm just like, and then Moson, GNAC did get permission to issue new shares, I think over maybe like last year or two. And so I think they said they'd issue ordinary shares and preference shares. But yeah, something to that didn't stand out to you guys. Like it's saying Moson buys
Not
it,
really.
but then
I didn't think so, because I feel like that's how things just kind of go sometimes. Because it's like a group play. So you want the parent company to be able to do it because they have the cash, they have the flexibility, they can do it with speed. Moson can close that deal quickly at the holding company level, and then they can probably tidy up whatever and the structure with GNAC once everybody, regulators, everybody is satisfied and so on. So I think it's cool, like financing wise, Moson can just absorb the purchase first and then kind of maybe decide how much of Beacon's value, are they gonna offload or drop down to GNAC and on
they say
what terms?
They say 100%.
They say 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Or you're saying they
like
sell
on
some of the
what terms
properties
as
first
well?
or something?
But like, is it
They're
strictly
definitely
cash?
gonna be like some terms.
Yeah, it can't be strictly cash.
It
GNAC doesn't
can't
have that
be.
much money.
Exactly.
I said this is 30 million US. Yeah.
32.
Which is weird, because then how else would they pay for it then?
No, shares. I have no idea.
But they can't. That's what I'm saying. They can't issue any more shares because they're already at the cap. They have 80% of the company. The rules so that they can't own more than that. So that's what I'm saying. So then I don't know. It is interesting because it's essentially GNAC is saying, we are gonna be able to buy a company that is bigger than us. Like the financials of Beacon are actually, not recent.
Because I remember seeing a combined that they stated that the combined group is projected to write over $32 billion Jamaican in gross premiums annually. This was from St. Vincent Times. And I remember doing the math on it, and GNAC had less than half of that. So if combined, you're going to do 32 billion. But GNAC was like, I don't remember how much GNAC was. I need to find this again.
Let me check. I'm trying to do the math on. But they're still bigger than GNAC up to my. So this is this is Trinidad dollars though. So we're going to have for the conversion. Because look at it. GNAC for. Okay, let's use their financial year 2024. They made. Let's see. They sold how much worth of
gross premiums for the year.
Well, this is just insurance revenue. So this is saying, let me convert the dollars. So Beacon, the one that they are supposedly buying, did 505 million worth of insurance revenue or insurance contracts or. So how much is that? 505 mil TT to JMD. That is 12 billion. And my math is right? $12 billion in insurance premium revenue. Oh, it's actually not. Why did I think it was more? Interesting. It's not as insurance revenue. GNAC did 11.4. I don't know what I thought it was. And then profit wise, Beacon made 378 million in profit for 2023, which is 9. Wait, what? Is that? Hold on, what? I must be I'm doing math right or wrong. Or is this USD? Are you guys following with the math? This is saying that it.
Not really, because I would have just taken it from GNAC
Oh
side.
no, sorry. This is net. Hold on. Oh, okay. No, that's not profit. Oh, I was like, what the heck is this? No, so they did 9 mil in profits. I hope I'm not losing people. 9 million profit for 2023. That's 212. So GNAC was more profitable for them, well, for 2024 compared to 2023. But it's almost like GNAC is buying another GNAC.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mhm.
And
Just
I don't think
regional
the price,
GNAC.
yeah. And I don't think the price has even reacted. I remember even I'm just remembering how much of Atlantic does GNAC own again?
How much of Atlantic does GNAC own? Was it 30%?
No, I don't think it's that much. Well, I think I got the. Let's see if
No,
they
that was
made it.
Lumbo. I don't think it was that much either.
Yeah. I'm wondering how they're gonna book that too. Do they book the share price increase? If they buy it at $1, it goes up to $2. They book a gain on that. Can check that. Oh yeah, it's actually not showing in the September numbers. Interesting. But yeah, I don't know. That was a bit weird to me. Like I'm wondering how they're gonna do that. Because how do you balance that? Because if Moson owns GNAC, what price are they gonna sell GNAC at? So they buy it and then they sell it. I don't know. I think it's one that I'm gonna do more research on. They are so up to June, GNAC owned just about 12% of Atlantic. They own.
You think
12%.
they could sell Atlantic then to raise the funds?
No, I don't think I don't see them selling something like that still for now at least. But
I mean, I don't see why not. Because otherwise, how are they going to get the funds? You think they just go APO to be able to pay back Mosan?
I wouldn't see them doing an APO.
Because who would buy into that?
I wouldn't see them doing
It'll be
that.
rough to sell to investors.
Yeah.
Oh, we owe some money to our parent company. Give us money so we can pay them back, so we can get this other company. I don't know.
That's not strong enough for this market.
Yeah, especially right now.
Especially right now, an insurance company.
Yeah, an insurance company of all companies. That's so true.
Company.
So I don't know, but I did see the acquisition. I didn't really know what to think of the next step from that, because I mean, yes, they're gonna eventually be the shareholders of Beacon GNAC. They'll still be the eventual shareholders, but the path there, I don't know how they're gonna do that transfer. Yeah.
Well, you don't. Would you want to wait till everyone knows?
No, I mean, that's how we're speculating now. Yeah.
Well, I'm doing research.
What's the price of GNAC right
research now? Right now, it is $6.51. Yeah, I don't know. I think so for example, a play could be because I think in the briefing or the notice, they say that, because it says that, hey, the regulators or whoever regulates the insurance industry has to approve it first for it to technically go through.
Yeah.
And I think they actually hinted that, I'm trying to remember if it was in the notice or in an article. Oh no, I think it was in an article that they hinted that they think it could happen or close by the end of the year. So I'm just thinking, hey, even on something like that, there would likely be another nice rise based on that. Like, as more positive news comes out, Yeah, there was an article somewhere that they hinted at, hey, they think it would close by the end of the year. I'm trying to find it, but I don't know if I can find it now. But yeah, GNAC I think is definitely one. It's one that I want to do more research on, but I do think there is something there. Yeah. Any others you guys watching?
We said quite a few. Actually, I don't know if we said
Mhm.
a lot or if we just discussed a lot around them, but
I
I've
think we
gotten
just
so
had
much value in this episode.
yeah, we had a lot of
I think it,
discussion around
yeah,
whatever we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
Yeah.
discussed like 6, 7.
maybe. I
But the
think that
people
the
want one
limit
more,
breakers know. Yeah,
Yeah, they're like, yo, they want
the
one more.
people
They
want
want the
one more.
secrets. So I'll say one more.
Mm-hmm.
I think NCB. I feel like everybody's watching it.
Who's not watching it?
I feel like everyone is watching it.
We spoke about NCB right before we clicked record. That's the funny part about this. Like just at 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, we were. We
right
really
before
were.
we clicked record. That's so funny. Why'd you say NCB, Preston? Tell us.
So I think there is for those that are brave enough. I don't know if this is I guess this is too risky for Shanice, but
Hey,
have you thought about the play of? So, for anyone that doesn't know, the majority shareholder of NCB, which is connected to, I guess, Michael Leachin and his different companies, they have had issues. They basically owe some people money through what they call bonds or loans, and they've been having issues paying the people over the last few years. And it's now reached that point where people are like, hey, we really need the money. And there is a deadline. It's not that far out. It's very, very soon about when. I want to pull up the article.
In fact, when this episode is released, we'd have probably passed the deadline.
Oh yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the issue 94 million US, or just cost 100 mil US. Those companies have to find that money and pay down some of the money that they owe. And it's really only a drop, well, not a drop in the bucket, but there still is a lot more money that has to be paid.
Yeah.
And they mentioned that there is a timeline, because they said the money, the 94 mil US, has to be paid by the end of 2025, December 31st. And they're saying if that isn't paid, then essentially the company can actually be seized, or that stake in the company, which is basically half of the company, can be seized. And then they'll have to maybe sell it to someone or do something with it. But yeah, I was thinking, if you're brave enough, what if you could be buying now? So you could either, there are different ways. So you could be buying now, saying, hey, if that deal gets approved, or say he finds the money, so he finds 100 mil, that might improve people's view of NCB. They may be a bit less scared, because maybe people are worried that right now, hey, he may lose the company and such. And so you may be able to see like a bump in the price on that. Or I was thinking you could do it differently. You could say, hey, if he doesn't find the money, think about that first day after that comes out. Because think about it. If it's, so it happens, he has to find the money by December 31st. January 1st would be New Year's Day. So that'd be a public holiday. So the market wouldn't be open. So then the trading day would be January 2nd. I'm wondering, when would information like that come out? So if he doesn't find the money by December 31st, whatever article drops the first holiday and everyone's at home, New Year's Day, bam, big headline, the money was not found. The company, that stake of the company is going to get seized. As that goes on January 1st, I'm trying to think, what's going to happen January 2nd, January 3rd? Think about as that information goes out, there would likely be a lot of panic. A lot of people panicking, and they just want to sell their...
Yeah, January 1st is a Thursday. That's New Year's Day. So trading would probably resume the 2nd, which is a Friday. So yeah, the stock might tank.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking, hey, even something like that. Because you could set the stock exchanges usually have Jamaica Stock Exchange has like a tradable limit. So it's like, there's a certain price that it can't pass per day. I don't know. I was thinking, hey, if you're brave enough, you could be that person who's so dumb to buy. Like, why would they buy this company at $30 when it's gonna go? It's as people are panicking and stuff like that. You might be like, hey, but it's not dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking there's likely gonna be some volatility leading up to this, and I think it'll be interesting to see what happens, either outcome, Because I mean, there's like, well, I guess there's even more than one outcome. He could find the money end of December, and then still has more money to pay back, and then not find that money by the time. But I feel like if he's able to find it this time, it probably is a sign that, hey, I might be able to find it the other times. But
because as I said, this is like the most pressing deadline for him. Like, you need 100 mil by Christmas, by New Year's. Sorry, you know, like I'm pretty sure he can find. If he finds the money now, yeah, he'll be able to find the rest of the money. But it's just the deadline, man. Like, that's why I called it like pulling the rabbit out the hat. Like, this would be a wicked magic trick, you know. So
I mean, I don't see him not finding the money by the deadline.
Okay.
I also don't really see them blowing it up in the headlines really early. Probably it's because of, you know, who Leachin is, and you know, them businessmen there, they have their certain report. I don't think it's gonna be January morning they're gonna sell NCB. No, they're gonna
go sell it, you know. I'm just saying I guess the panic.
Yeah.
On the headline.
I think the panic will take a little while.
Okay.
Personally, I think it would take some little time. It might start, you know, you'll see a little one headline. Deadline has passed. NCB owes shareholders this, that.
Well, not NCB, but
yeah.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
That money is
the other
owed.
companies.
People might start looking, okay, what are the next steps? What are going to be the steps for them to actually like take the shares if he cannot find the funds? How long is that going to take? Once they acquire the shares, if they get to that point, okay, now what? We're going to sell it to the buyer with the money. Whoever is buying it, who's going to buy the company. And then that's a whole other catalyst in itself. But I don't think it will be that exciting, unfortunately. I do think Leachin figures it out, comes up with the money. Or they will give him grace beyond that time to still come up with the money.
I don't think legally they can, though. That's the thing. Because I think it's based on what I haven't read, like the official documents or whatnot, but based on what the articles and whatnot I've read, it sounds like they've locked him in to say, hey, if the money is not paid, it has to go, like the JCSD, which is Jamaica Central Securities Depository, who's serving as the trustee or the trusted person to manage that money or whatever. I think it's like a thing where it automatically goes like, hey, if the money is not paid by this days, bam. Like it goes into process. The process starts, or within, I think they said within 45 days or so, it will start.
After
the deadline. So that'd be
so
just
it's
about
not
Valentine's
a real
Day.
Deadline, is it? Yeah.
Because I guess I was wondering about that. So if it passes, so if the December December passes,
you have 45 days after.
That's what I was wondering. Like,
that
means technically
you have a little grace period. I
don't know. So it would be really mid-February then. I guess because think about that.
Yeah.
Because if that could even create more panic too, because then if that comes out, hey, the money was not found, it's gonna start the process. I'm sure they're gonna love to write. The media is gonna have a field day with that, and then more panic as it leads up to that point.
Yeah. Another Takotsubo cardiomyopathy. Broken heart syndrome, man. That could be disastrous. But let us know what you guys think might happen in the comments below. We want to hear what you have to say, because
I'm afraid of NCB.
Shanice thinking go find it.
I'm afraid of NCB stock. I'm not even gonna lie.
Wow,
I'll probably.
You're afraid of NCB,
I'm afraid of
yo,
it.
think about this. People be like, yo, you're crazy. You're gonna buy Kintyre.
I'm gonna buy Kintyre, but I'm afraid of NCB. Yo. NCB is the one stock. I will probably always just be an observer from now on.
Why?
Wow. I get that.
It's
It's just
just
difficult to predict.
it's difficult to predict.
That is a story.
No, they just managed to, like, I've just lost a lot of money in CV. So
Okay.
it's just feelings.
I get that.
It's just feelings I
So you
carry.
don't want to
I
make it
get
back
that.
though?
I'll make
You
it
wanna
back
say
in,
you are going
in
make
other
it back?
things. I'll make it back in
In
other things.
Kintyre.
In Kintyre holdings.
Wow, look at that.
That
Yo,
is it.
you lost money on a blue chip stock, which is supposed to be the
Bruh.
safest. And you've made money from a penny stock.
That's the game.
That is
That's
the
the
game.
thread of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, it's funny how stocks work, right? I love
Hilarious.
this market. Yeah.
Hilarious.
But hey, Shanice, honestly, I mean, we've been at this for almost 2 hours now. I just want to thank you for coming as always. I think Stocks to Watch is like our most exciting, or I'd say most anticipated show of the year.
Mhm.
So it's always good to have you on.
It's always good to be here,
Um,
have this conversation with you guys.
I'll say we should do the US market episode
US
another
stocks
time.
to
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah.
Now that would be a
Ooh.
6-hour episode. Like, there's too
Yeah,
much
there's
going
a
on
lot.
over there.
There's a lot of information over there, man. But yeah,
Yeah,
drop a
I
like,
mean-
guys, if you want us to do a stocks
Drop a
to watch
like.
US edition, and if you want Shanice to be there, drop 2 likes.
I've surprisingly made more money on the US market this year than the JSE for like the first time ever.
Wow.
That's percentage gain or
Yeah, percentage gain. Well,
percentage gain?
I mean, I guess no.
Oh, okay. And your US portfolio is smaller than your JSE one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Interesting. I mean, I want to really get into the US markets at some point.
Mhm.
I don't know, man. Like
First step is to
I
set up
see
the
a lot.
account.
Yeah, you're right. Preston has been on me with that. I really need
Yes.
to, and it's not
I
difficult
know.
at
I mean,
all.
I have the account and I haven't bought anything yet, but at least
Oh, yeah, you
when I
also
find
At
that
need
least you
to
have
do
the
so.
option.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, get that quote.
there are some stuff. Yeah, there are some stuff that we need to look at. Like Preston and I were thinking to start looking into, like, because
Mhm.
we're doctors, so medical companies kind of just make sense.
Yeah.
But then I'm seeing, I just love tech, man, but tech scares me.
Tech is scary.
Tech scares me.
premium.
Tech is super volatile.
Yeah. Yeah, that AI tax kind of scared me now, like AI premium. So I don't know.
Mhm.
But yeah, guys, let us know in the comments if you want us to talk about those kind of stuff. If you guys are
Mhm.
interested, or if it's just solely JSE, let us know.
Mhm.
But yeah, that
If the
wraps
video,
up
hold
our
on. If the
episode.
video gets how many likes? If the video gets 300 likes, we'll do a stocks to watch US edition. 300 likes.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I like that. Yeah, I like a challenge. But yeah, limit breakers, that wraps up our breakdown of our stocks to watch. Let us know which stocks you guys are watching in the comments below. We really want to know, like, what's in your portfolio, or what are you looking forward to for 2026? Are there any stocks we didn't talk about? We want to hear from you guys. And thank you so much for tuning in. As always, Limitless out.
Peace.
Peace, guys.